Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a very special episode of Easy Buckets. How are you guys doing today? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. In today's video, we're going to be talking about NBA news and rumors as of September 27th. We've got a lot to cover today. Today was NBA Media Day, and after so many interviews, we've gotten some crazy news about trades, about rumors, and what the NBA season is going to look like. And in this video, I'm keeping you guys updated. Before getting into the video, I want to give a quick shout out to David Non on Patreon. David, thank you so much for supporting the channel. David has been a part of the Patreon page for over 20 months, almost 2 years now. David, words cannot express how thankful I am. Thank you so much for believing in this channel. I'm gonna keep working hard. Just one more announcement, I'm giving away a bunch of copies of NBA 2K22, so if you want a copy, all you gotta do to join the giveaway is join my Discord community, link is down below. This season, I want to be more active on Discord, and I want all of you guys to be a part of that as well. So go join that when you can, I would love to see you all there. But without wasting any more time, let's talk about NBA news. We've got a lot to cover today, and I'm going to be starting off with Damian Lillard. When talking about this past offseason, the biggest conversation about Dame is should Dame request a trade out of Portland? After being with the franchise for about 9 years now, many NBA fans just want to see Dame on a true championship team, and after losing in last year's NBA playoffs, everybody thought that this summer, Dame would actually request a trade. And if that were to happen, people were saying Dame should go to the Lakers. With the many rumors we heard about Dame going to LA, we just got a report that it was actually true. The Lakers explored trading for Damian Lillard. This is the report. In the 2 months that followed their first round playoff flop against Phoenix, when Davis Gordon left them pulling up lame, the Lakers explored the prospect of trading for such stars as Damian Lillard, Bradley Beal, DeMar DeRozan, and Russell Westbrook. The process unfolded well beyond the team's front office search, with LeBron James setting up a war room of his own at his Brentwood estate for some in-person player meetings while leading remote communications and other conversations. To simply add on more to this report, the Lakers actually prioritized Dame over Bradley Beal, DeMar, and Russell Westbrook. As you're reading the names, this was the priority list, and when talking about LeBron James targeting players, LeBron wanted Dame as his first priority. I simply love reading the bottom part of this report, how LeBron actually had war room meetings, which means he took this offseason very seriously and was acquiring a third star to help him and Anthony Davis. What I believe happened was the Lakers tried getting these players, but of course an option did not come up, which is why they went for Russell Westbrook, which in my opinion was still an absolutely amazing move. Russell Westbrook is still a superstar. Of course, at the end of the day, if you had to pick between Dame or Russell Westbrook, it is a tough choice, but Dame does get the nod because of his ability to shoot and also because Dame is simply a go-to scorer and can lead the team at that point guard position at a superstar level. Next up, we're going to be talking about Kyrie Irving and how he right now is the highlight of Media Day of not being at Media Day. This is the report. Kyrie Irving out for Media Day due to New York City health and safety protocols. Zach Lowe was the one that tweeted this report, but apparently the Brooklyn Nets are expecting Irving to be back for NBA training camp in a couple of days. During today's Media Day, Kyrie Irving did have an at-home interview, and of course the biggest question was Kyrie Irving's availability and his opinion on COVID. And of course, Kyrie Irving still did not give us a legitimate answer on what his future is going to look like. Moving forward, we're going to be talking about Russell Westbrook, and this is what Russell Westbrook did during this offseason. Russell Westbrook also wanted Bradley Beal out of Washington. So of course we all know he requested a trade, but he was trying to convince Bradley Beal as well, because he wants what's best for both of them. I do believe Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal was a pretty good duo, but let's be honest, they cannot compete against the strong teams of the Milwaukee Bucks, the Sixers, and the Brooklyn Nets in the Eastern Conference, and that's why it was a very smart move for Westbrook to request a trade. And when talking about Beal, Beal's in the exact same position as Damian Lillard. NBA fans just want to see him in a true championship opportunity. The report goes on and says this: short of Beal showing a desire to also request a trade, Westbrook was hopeful Beal would at least support his efforts to get to LA, which sources said Beal did. And at the end of the day, they supported with what each other wanted. Beal wanted to stay in Washington, Westbrook supported that. Russ wanted to go to LA, Beal supported that. That is just simple respect and honor. Going back to the conversation of Russell Westbrook wanted to be in LA. This is the report. After weeks of conversation with LeBron James, Davis, and then Lakers forward Jared Dudley, Westbrook believed he was on his way to LA. For years he had angled to get home, and now everything was lining up for it to finally happen. There was only one problem. The Lakers' efforts to complete the fairy tale had been repeatedly stymied by the Wizards' refusal to make Westbrook available. The Wizards still plan on moving forward with the Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal backcourt. Westbrook, for his part, would have played out the remaining 2 seasons on his deal, and no one thought that Russell Westbrook would get out. But of course, the best did happen for Russ. He got to where he wanted. As a big Laker fan, I am just super excited to see Russell Westbrook in the purple and gold this season and see how far they can go. Moving forward, we're going to be talking about Karl Anthony Towns of the Timberwolves, and over the past few days, we've been getting some negative reports about his future with the Timberwolves. After many years of not making the playoffs, having multiple head coaches, and of course now having a new front office, we've gotten some news that Cat has been frustrated with the organization and a trade request could be coming. But oh boy, in today's media day, we just got some news about Cat's future. According to someone close to Towns, nothing related to that goal was altered in any meaningful war. A contract extension is on the radar. So Minnesota fans out there, you gotta be happy that Cat could be staying long term. Moving on, we're going to be talking about Pascal Siakam of the Raptors, and as of right now, Siakam is injured, and we just got some news that apparently he might not be back for the start of the season. In today's media day, we got news that Pascal Siakam is still not clear for contact. From this report, we're getting an idea that he will not be ready for training camp, so the Raptors are going to have to work without their star. But Nick Nurse did come out and say today that Scottie Barnes is going to be getting a lot of minutes, so Raptor fans, keep a close eye on Scottie Barnes' minutes. Moving on, we're going to be talking about Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant was a big part of today's media day. He was a part of a bunch of interviews, and of course this season, all eyes on KD. Can KD become the best player in the NBA this year? When talking about the Nets roster, Kevin Durant is actually not concerned about Kyrie Irving's vaccination status. It goes on and says this: "We trust in Kyrie, and I expect us to have our whole team at some point." This report is kind of interesting because Kevin Durant says he does expect Kyrie back, but at some point. Some point could be any time. It could be in a couple of months. It could be during the NBA mid-season. It could be during the playoffs. So Kevin Durant, when do you expect Kyrie Irving to be back? I truly want to know because Kevin Durant's got to be the person that does know. Next up, we're going to be talking about Derrick Rose of the Knicks, and this is about his status and his role on the new look roster. Rose says this: "Kemba Walker is going to be the new starter." Fred Katz reports Derrick Rose on if there was a conversation with Kemba on who would start. He's a starter. You have to give him that stage. You have to give him the opportunity. I love this about D Rose. I believe he's the perfect sixth man. Over the past few seasons, Rose has emerged as one of the best players off the bench, and I do believe this year for the Knicks, he's going to have that exact same role. But of course, he will be getting a lot of minutes. Tom Thibodeau loves him. Moving forward, we're going to be talking about James Harden, the Beard. Harden says he wants to be a Brooklyn Net for the rest of his career. I want to know I'm in the right mindset and know for sure I want to be in Brooklyn. Ultimately, for the rest of my career. As of right now, when talking about the Nets roster, a contract extension is in the conversation with James Harden. And I do believe this season or next offseason, with James Harden being a UFA next summer, Harden is going to be signing something huge very soon. Harden goes on and says this: "I'm just taking my time. I am focused on trying to bring a championship to the city. I'm just being patient with it, making sure I'm in the right mindset with it." Next up, we're going to be talking about Bam Adebayo, and Bam says that this year he wants to be a shooter. We all know Bam is known to be an all-around center, a great defensive one, an athletic big, and of course a playmaker and a strong inside presence. But if Bam could be a shooter as well, oh boy, Bam could be one of the best centers in the NBA, because right now, he is already one of them. I expect big things from the Miami Heat this year. They got Kyle Lowry, Oladipo, brought back their main players, and of course with Jimmy and Bam saying they're both healthy, the Heat could be on the radar as a top team in the East this year. Next up, we're going to be talking about the Hawks and talking about a contract extension with Kevin Huerter. Nate McMillan, their head coach, says the Hawks are crossing their fingers they can get Kevin Huerter signed to an extension, saying Atlanta is laying the foundation by locking in players long-term this offseason. When talking about last season, the Hawks played absolutely amazing. They went to the conference finals, and of course they believe with this young core of Trey, Kevin Huerter, of course DeAndre Hunter, John Collins, they believe in a great future. Moving forward, we're going to be talking about Ben Simmons, one of the biggest trade topics right now. Ben Simmons is requesting a trade and wants out of Philadelphia, but as of right now, we got a report on Media Day that the front office and head coaches want Ben back. Doc Rivers says this: "I think the world of Ben Simmons." After losing in the playoffs last year, everybody thought that Doc Rivers was dissing Ben Simmons and saying he does not want Ben, and that's why of course Ben got offended and is now requesting a trade. But Doc now is covering it up, saying he thinks the world of Ben and would love him back. Daryl Morey also says this. He says there is a lot of hope for reconciliation between the Sixers and Simmons. Daryl Morey himself also believes that Ben could be back. Despite the higher-ups saying they want Ben back, I do believe Ben is going to be traded. Ben does not want to be there anymore, and it's a sooner or later factor. Moving on, we're going to be talking about Zion Williamson, and we heard he just got injured. Zion is going to miss preseason games due to a foot injury. Zion, I hope you get better. We all know this year you're poised for another amazing breakout year. So Zion, heal as long as you need, and of course, we hope to see you at the start of the regular season. Moving on, we're going to be talking about Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons' teammate, and Joel Embiid says that he's disappointed. A reporter asked Joel about Ben, and Joel said, "I'm disappointed. We haven't won anything. I got to be better. Everyone has got to be better. But in the regular season, we have been so dominant. We know it's working." So for what Joel is saying, he still believes that even with Ben, they're still a top team. So I do believe Joel right now is just sad of the predicament they're currently in with Ben Simmons. The report goes on and says that Joel Embiid insists he wants Ben Simmons back. "If I didn't love playing with Ben, I'm honest, I would say it." So Joel wants Ben back. So the question is, will Ben come back? Next up, we're going to be talking about Carmelo Anthony, one of the Lakers' best additions this offseason, and Carmelo says, "I've been thinking about winning a title for 20 years. When Carmelo Anthony enters his 19th NBA season, there will be no other active players who has suited up in more regular season games without a title. Only Basketball Hall of Famer Karl Malone has scored more points in NBA history without winning a title. But perhaps in playing with LeBron James with the Lakers, the 37-year-old now has his best opportunity to win a championship with his 6th NBA team. Carmelo, I want what's best for you. I actually want to see you holding a championship by the end of this year. Let's make it happen." Laker fans, I know y'all excited. Next up, we're going to be talking about Jamal Murray of the Denver Nuggets, and we just got some news about his return date of his injury. As of right now, there is no timetable of a return for Jamal Murray. I am going to say this though, he did get injured in last year's NBA mid-season, so I see Jamal Murray coming back around February, April, or March. The next topic is about Dennis Schroder, and it is a very interesting report. Dennis Schroder says he never had reported $84 million offer from Lakers in front of him. Brian Robb tweets this, "Dennis Schroder on the report, I never had that contract in front of me." When talking about this offseason, Dennis Schroder getting paid about $5 million compared to an $85 million contract was definitely the biggest loss for Dennis, and that is one of the biggest conversations. Dennis lost so much money because we all thought he got greedy. But after seeing this report, Dennis is saying the Lakers never offered him that deal? Interesting. Is Dennis lying or he's telling the truth? Because if he's telling the truth, then oh boy, all that negativity should not have gotten towards Dennis at all. One thing's for sure, Dennis, this year with the Boston Celtics, I want to see you do the exact same thing, be a spark plug, and simply play for another great contract next summer. And the last report today is talking about MPJ, Michael Porter Jr. This is absolutely great news for him. He signed a max extension with the Denver Nuggets on a 5-year deal. It is a $207 million deal. Michael Porter Jr., this is his 3rd year in the NBA, and I am super proud of this kid. Over the past 2 seasons, he shot about over 18 points per game, shot about plus 40% at the 3-point line. MPJ's got a bright future in the NBA, and this year without Jamal Murray, I expect him to be absolutely amazing again. So yes guys, this wraps up my video for today, talking about NBA news as of September 27th. What's most important to me is want to know your thoughts. Did I miss anything crazy? Or of course, was I spot on? Put your thoughts down in the comments below. But other than that, take it easy, God bless, and I'll see you all next time on Easy Buckets. Woo!